What it do, world? Live and direct emergency broadcast from WBOKRadio.com from the Encore Live show. As you know who I am. I am Yogi 1AO, the young original gangster, Imperial, the one and only. And as always, I am always joined by my beautiful co-host,
Miss Music, aka Marlene Bamasita from Tampa, Florida. What's up, everybody?
man. When I say emergency broadcast, Miss Music, HNIC Mitchell, the man that pays the bills, that runs WBOKRadio.com, that gave us the blessings that we receive, he reached out to me way early. He's like, we have an emergency broadcast we need to do. Now, I want to say emergency broadcast because as everyone that tunes into the WBOKRadio.com broadcast knows, my beautiful co-host is a head A&R from an entertainment label down in Tampa, Florida. Now, anybody that's conscious about everything that's going on right now knows that Florida is in the wave of something very historic and tragic. This evening, this emergency broadcast from WBOKRadio.com and the Encore Live show is to bring on a brother that is talking about relief and efforts that some people don't know are there. So this is an emergency broadcast from WBOKRadio.com. I want to introduce a brother that's coming from a ministry group that is providing and that has continued to. This isn't just because of Hurricane Irma. This isn't just because of the natural disasters that are happening. We have this brother on because his group, his ministry has continued to bless people through all of their hardships. So I want to let everybody learn about this. Brother, will you please introduce yourself and let the people know what organization you stand for?
Yeah. My name is Pastor Tyrone Johnson. And I'm the executive director and founder of an organization called Deke Incorporated. Deke Inc. is what we're going to call it, is a organization existing to be the hands and feet of Jesus to those who are in need. So we do something really basic. We come out every Saturday. We come out and bring hamburgers, hot dogs, water, and we provide a really short message of encouragement to the folks who are there. And really what we always tell them is that God loves them, he cares about them, and that we do too. That's our entire focus about being there.
So I want to know, I'm okay. For everybody that tunes into the WBOKRadio.com broadcast and the Encore Live broadcast, they know that I broadcast out of the DMV region, which is the DC, Maryland, and Virginia region. My beautiful.
I was born there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I was born in Randallstown, grew up in Baltimore County. Yep.
Baltimore. So you West Side.
Yeah.
Okay. And for everybody that's beautiful. That's actually beautiful. That makes me feel good because I'm like, I have so many people on the show. Mr. Mitchell puts me in front of so many people. And sometimes they're like, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, what's that? But we actually have a brother on that was born in Randallstown. I actually went to Townsend.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Back when Townsend was Townsend State University.
I hear you.
Okay. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the 70s, but I came up in the 80s.
I hear you.
For my co-host and for the movement that we're talking about right now, let's get serious for a minute. I joke a lot. I have a lot of conversation. One of the reasons that makes me a great host is that I can just talk for hours. I want to be quiet. For right now, I want to be quiet. And I want people to listen to Miss Music, and I want people to listen to you and understand that it's serious right now for our people. And when I say our people, I'm not talking ethnicity. I'm talking about our people that inhabit this earth. For our people, we're going through some tragic times right now. And your organization, your ministry is offering help. Miss Music is sitting there all beautiful and everything, but she's in Tampa, Florida right now, which is in the path of a Category 4 hurricane. I'm going to be quiet, and I want you, brother, to let the people know what you're doing on this station right now. Let the people know who you are, what your organization provides, and who you are as a person. just as an individual, not to take any clout, not to take any gloat, but just who you are and what you're bringing to the table right now, because this is a very serious situation. This is no games. We have two storms coming behind Irma.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let me first start by saying how grateful I am to be a part of your broadcast today. I really want to thank Mr. Mitchell and everyone else who was a part of getting us to put this all together. So like I said, everything that we go and do is all about we're trying to end need. And we do it from a very grassroots basis. Here in Cleveland, Tennessee, where I live at, we live in the buckle of the Bible Belt. There's over 150 churches here in this general neighborhood. And there's more churches than some states do. And so, but along with that, we also have more poverty in all of Appalachia right here than anywhere else. There's more millionaires per capita where I live at than there are actually in Atlanta. And so where the problem comes in is that we all know that homelessness happens and that people with low income happen, but we just don't know how to go and address these problems. Because homelessness is a really big situation. People who are going through struggles and tribulations are going through an enormous situation right now. And so sometimes people just need to find a way to get plugged in. And that's what our organization exists to go and do for other people. Our main job is that we're there to go and provide hope and encouragement for those who are there. Like we don't come in with millions of dollars. We don't have that right now. Deke has been around for about 3 years now. We got started by just trying to put on community events to go and bring hope back into our community. And then that grew into let's go and start feeding people every Saturday. And then that grew into let's go and give away clothes. And then they gave into clothes and toiletries. And that grew into a food bank. And then that grew into having mission teams come in. Our whole thing is all about trying to unite churches and other organizations in the community together to go and help in need. And eventually, our real goal is to go worldwide with what we're doing here as well. Now, my heart goes out to the folks in Florida and in Texas right now. My brother and sister, they actually live in San Antonio. And I got involved in mission work when Hurricane Katrina happened. I was a freshman in college, and I had gone out there, and I'd seen all the problems that were going on, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So after I graduated from college, I moved to New Orleans, started working for AmeriCorps, and worked on rebuilding the city that I still call home. I live here in Cleveland, but New Orleans is still where my home and heart is. Even though I was born in Baltimore, and I still go up to the DMV here and there. Hold
on. Did you just give a shout out to the DMV while you were live with Yogi 1AO?
Absolutely. Listen, like home is still, I was still born and raised in Baltimore. You know, I'm still a Ravens fan, still an Orioles fan.
Now we're not gonna go in. That's not what this broadcast is about. But I'm broadcasting out of what you like. I didn't know, brother. I didn't know when they said you were coming from a ministry out of Tennessee. I didn't know that you had DMV roots, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and I more understand why you took a godly path and took a religious path coming out of Baltimore. Like I was in Towson State University in 95, 96 before it changed over to Towson University. My studies were business, economics, and entertainment, but there was no genre for entertainment. I want to know from the listening audience, from the viewing audience, for yourself, brother, what guided you towards religious relief for the people? And when I say the people, I want everybody to understand, when I say the people, I'm not talking about an ethnic base. I'm talking about a religious base. What guided you towards guiding the people?
Right. You know, I have a conviction of when I was reading James 2:16, it says you had to put your faith into action. And so by that being, as a Christian, I say I love the Lord, and I can't say I love God and I want to help other people. And so that's how it all got started. So everything that we've been doing is living out our faith and putting it into action. You know, it's one thing for me to come out in church and say, hey, God loves you, and then have someone turn away. No, even in that scripture in John 2:15, it gives a story about like how you see someone who doesn't have any clothes or any food, and they're like, hey, I'm hungry and I don't have any clothes. And you're like, well, I'm going to pray for you, and you walk off. You haven't done anything with your faith. And when I see homeless folks like that, I can't do that. I can't say like, you're hungry, I'm just going to see you being hungry. It says like God loves you and I love you, so I'm going to fix what your problem is. You understand? So that's how this all came about. It's a conviction that I have that if we can bring our community together and we truly bring the church together and other organizations together, we can end need. Now, need is a huge thing. It's a global thing. There is tons of people who are homeless and in poverty right now, but I truly believe that we can really bring people around the idea of service. That's the reason why our organization is called Service in Greek. You know, like we can all argue about maybe like theological ties, or we can try to go and like puff our chest about the name of our organizations or try to get representation for our own organizations. But if we are stuck on the idea of serving one another, we can end need together, because we go away from the thought of like bringing and creating myself to giving glory to God, and we glorify God through our actions, living out faith. Like I can tell you, I love you, but if I know you're struggling through something, I don't help you. What kind of love is that, right? And so the entire thing.
And that's what we want to, emphasize on right now, with the ministry. When it comes down to ministry, a lot of people have there's this like, if anybody can see my hands, there are the group of people like yourself, my brother, that are in this part of the ministry. It's tight. The ministry is there. The word is there. You follow the word. You put the word out. You work to help people. You work to follow and be the best brother that you can underneath the word of our Lord. Everybody has different avenues. To me, I hope that I don't cross any boundaries in this broadcast when I say that I don't care if somebody prays to Allah, Buddha, whatever. There's one God. It's just a different language to speak to the same God. There's the same blessings that are passed down. Now, for what you're doing and for what your ministry works to do for the people, I have one question for you. Who gets the blessings? Like right now, we're in a crisis. I would say crisis, but I got a little bit with myself. So I'm gonna say we're in a crisis right now. Where if you are a part of anything that has to do with God, if you're a part of anything that has to do with religion, and our radio station, and with radio, we have to kind of keep religion open. You know what I'm saying? It has to be flatline. But right now, the people in Florida, the people in Texas, the people in Tennessee, the people in the Carolina Islands, they need God. They need people like yourself and the organizations like yourself to have those, I'm going to say this, those prayer angels. They need to have those prayer groups right now. What drives these prayer groups? What drives the organizations like yourself? What drives? Now, I know you're going to say the Lord and blessing people, but what drives your organization to continue to help people? Because y'all aren't just praying for people. Y'all are foot soldiers. Y'all are going out there feeding the people. Y'all are going out there, U-Haul trucks full of water, food, everything for the people, even people you've never met before in your life. Now, as a somewhat religious person myself, just to be honest, I know that if I'm going through hardship, I pray to God. Please, Lord, let me get this record deal. If you just give me this, if you just, but for yourself in a more serious standpoint with religion in your organization, is there a choice? That's something that the people probably want to know. Like, you all are offering aid. You have an organization that's offering aid to those that need, that not the people that want. There's people that are capable of taking care of themselves during this crisis. But you all are offering aid to people that need. Is there a criteria? Or is it just doing the Lord's work?
It's just doing the Lord's work. I feel a very strong conviction in loving people because God loves people. You know what I mean? Like, I can't come out and say God loves you. I can't say I love God and not want to go and serve the next person next to me. Now, listen, I was bought when I talk about New Orleans, when I moved out there at first, when I was a freshman with Hurricane Katrina, I was a really selfish person. I went out to go and do ministry. I went out there to go and do mission work because it was good for my psyche. It was like, look at all these great things I've done. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you a chance to beat your chest on something like, oh, look how great I am. And that is the absolute worst thing to ever go and do. That's not where our mind should be at. Listen, people who are struggling, going through hard times, people who are in the wake of Irma and folks who are living in Texas, they don't need a pity, like, oh, I feel bad if you hear something. They need you're going through a really awful time, and let me go and help you. Because like you said before, we're all one people. Like, people who are being hit in Florida, we're all red-blooded, bleeding people that God made, that God cares about. And it's not about a pity thing, the reason why you need to help someone. It's what we should go and do, that we should go and help other people. Does that make sense?
It definitely makes sense. So I want to ask you a question, and then because I talk a lot, I do talk a lot, and my beautiful co-host, Miss Marlene Bamasita, for the business that we're in the entertainment business. And she's a heavy hitter in the entertainment business. And she's down there. She's in Tampa, where they're facing a Category 4 in the Bay. Not even like the eastern side of Florida where they get everything. She's in the Bay Area, and you can see her down in the bottom of your screen where she's chilling. She's ready to talk to you. But I want to now, without being disrespectful, you feel me, brother? I want to go on. Is there a choice in who you help?
No, not at all.
Let the people know. Let the people know that.
No, so we help.
But let the people know that you all are there to help, period.
Yeah, we're here, period. Listen, so we take care of, primarily here in Cleveland, we take care of the homeless and the low income. And it doesn't mean if you make X amount of money. It means if you're hungry, I'm going to give you food. If you need clothes, I'm going to give you clothes. If you need water, I'm going to give you water. If you're in need, that's what you need. And we're here to go and fulfill that need.
And we are blessed to have brothers like you. We are blessed to have brothers like you in your organization. Because some people want accolades. Some people want stripes on their sleeve to say, oh, I did this. Why do you not recognize me for doing this? Why do you not recognize my organization for doing this? I want to give a huge shout out. This organization that we are a part of is an entertainment base, which means that we get a lot of eyes on what we do. And we called this interview as an emergency. You are a part of an emergency broadcast, because people need to know that there are brothers like yourself. That there are brothers like yourself and the group of people that you work with that don't want, like, I can tell, like, you do realize that you are broadcasted at, like, right now, all 50 states and 30 plus countries are looking at your face right now. That's that's the work that we do as a radio station and as like an internet radio station, as a broadcasting live stream radio station. We don't take it that way. But I want people to understand that what you're doing and what your organization is doing has nothing to do with clout, has nothing to do with notoriety. This was an emergency broadcast. My radio boss, HNIC Mitchell, said at 6 p.m., we have an emergency broadcast that we need to do. I want you to tell the people, what does your organization do?
We need tons of funds. You know, like, ministry costs money. And the people on my team, we all donate money towards what we're getting done. But we have a effort to try and raise $60,000 by next May so we can continue to go and do more work. Right now, we work in one park, and it's in the downtown area right here. And we want to expand to other parts of the city. $60,000 is just like the baseline of where we need to get to. What we're trying to get to is our future first step, because right now we just serve in the park. We have, like I said, a very simple organization method. We go out to where the homeless are or the low income are. We don't even like putting up any paperwork around it because of the lack of funds we have right now. So everything we do is all by word of mouth. We go to where the need is, and we give out hamburgers and hot dogs and clothes and water and food and encouragement. But that costs money. And what our next step is that we want to go and buy a building so we can open up a day center. So people can come in, they can drop their kids off, so they can go and find a job. You know, the issue of like when people are struggling through homelessness and low income, it's like a vacuum kind of sucks you in. You know what I mean? Like once you get there, it'll keep pulling you in. It's like one thing for you and me to say, here, I need to go buy some clothes. You go and get something, you get clothes, you go and put it into your car, you put it in your house, and you're good to go. Homeless folks, they don't have that same opportunity. They don't have a jacket, or they don't have a blanket, or they don't have a pillow. If they drop it someplace, they can't ever go and get it back again because someone else might go and pick it up because they're in need. You understand what I'm saying? And so what the building we're trying to go and do is we're hoping to move forward into a place of opening up a full-time food bank, opening up a full-time resource center, dealing with clothes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Full-time food bank and full-time clothes bank. That would be awesome.
And full-time toiletries. So we want to be there.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. So that's our feature place where we want to go to. And then we want to go and bring it.
You can't go to a job interview if you're not fresh.
Absolutely.
And not entertainment. You know, like we're all blessed. Like in this world that I live in, we're all blessed where we get a little bit frustrated because we're like, oh, I can't get that new Akai soundboard. Right. But sometimes we forget about how blessed we are. Mm-hmm. And the organization that you're talking about, the things you're talking about working towards to build into communities, I want to pass the mic over because like I said, I talk a lot. But right now, I want to pass the mic over to my co-host that's down in Tampa, Florida, that's going through it. Like she's a champ. She's like, the hurricane are coming past, you know, and she lives in Tampa, where they're in the line of a Category 4 on top of a tropical storm. But I want to pass the microphone over, and I want to let Miss Music talk to you so that the people down there in Florida can get an understanding. Because Miss Music, if anybody doesn't, there's no way that they're tuned into the show and don't know who Miss Music is.
Right.
But I want to pass the mic over and let Miss Music talk to you for a minute. I'm in the DMV. Like, I live up in the mountains. My elevation height is ridiculous right now. Well, they're talking about 50-foot swells off of everything. It's really not going to affect me. Maybe my 9 to 5. Maybe, but I'll still be able to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be able to pay my rent for a couple places I pay rent, and then I'll still be able to pay my couple mortgages. I'm not trying to show off with that statement. I'm just saying, Miss Music is more tuned to be able to speak to you because she's directly in the path. She's in Tampa, based in Category 4, and I want Miss Music to be able to speak to her listening audience, to the people that tune in to Miss Music. Some people tune into this show for me, but I believe that she's a little bit prettier than me. So I want Miss Music to be able to let the people know down in Florida with having you on, brother, and thank you for coming on with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thanks so much for having me.
But I want Miss Music that's down in Tampa, Florida, going through these tragedies, and she reaches out. She gives opportunities to a lot of people. She's a head A&R, so she puts people on. They can start paying their bills once they talk to her. If they all right, if they good, they can start paying some bills off of having a communication with her. I want Miss Music to be able to speak to you and be able to see what's going on, because I'm gonna lay back for a minute, my brother. Miss Music, please take the floor and talk to this brother. Please tell your people down in Florida what's going on, what we're doing out here on WBOK.
Yeah, we chopping it up every Saturday night here on WBOK Radio. But yeah, it's going down in Florida. Storm is huge. I'm 5 minutes from the water, but I know how to swim, so you know, hey. I got some floaties in the laundry room, and I'm probably gonna pump those. But anyways, I think what sucks for most of us out here is with the fact of the hurricane hitting Miami. We have all the people from down that way and the people that are here out if you didn't get out. So there's a lot of residents too that are just like, you know, they're not going. Some residents would love to board up the houses, and like me, would love to protect our homes, but actually you have the money, but you can't get the plywood because everybody's done bought up of the plywood. All the water's gone. Gas is not there. You know, and this is before. So this is a disaster before a disaster. And then even if you get out and you get to a shelter, and no matter where you go, because it's over Florida and out over the water. So you can go up to Georgia, but there too. And it probably won't be as bad, but it's in Georgia. So where are you going to find a hotel at? Because you can't find a hotel out here. So, yeah, it's to 9 or 6 to 12 feet water surges. So will be underneath water. Some of us can't even afford homeowners insurance. So if our house gets hit, are just basically, you know, there. So there's going to be a lot of people this is going to affect, and the whole state of Florida, I think, is going to feel it because it's Florida. Right now, all I can tell everybody out there is to pray. That's all I can tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? If we hear Monday, we hear Monday. You know what I'm saying? And our time was up. But for everybody out there
for everybody,
make it count.
For all
make
of
sure
our
you do something. Make sure you live your life and feel like it's worth living. And make sure you feel like you're huffing the people out there so that to know that your time is coming, you feel like your life was worth living. You see people in need, help them. Yeah.
Now, for everybody that's tuned in right now, we want to be very clear on something. Everybody is so tuned in to Hurricane Irma and the two storms that are coming behind Hurricane Irma. But let's not forget about our people in Texas that are going through it as well. Harvey has hit there too. The southern region of our country. Now, entertainment-wise, the southern region of our country has been just a stronghold of entertainment that has come out. Everybody goes to AC3. Everybody goes down and handles their business down in the South. But I want to ask this brother that we have on right now, on a serious note, because we talking about ministry right now, and I can't play no games when we talking about ministry right now. My brother, for the people in Texas, for the people in Florida, for the people all up the Eastern Seaboard, what would be something, if you had something that you wanted to say to everyone, what would be something that you would want to say to everyone from your ministry, from your group? And when I say ministry, I don't mean your direct church that people come into. I'm talking about your ministry, the work, the feeling, the vibe. When people leave your ministry, when people leave the church, when people leave that domicile that's called a church, and they go out into the world, what would you say to the people that come to your church? The people that are a part of your ministry, the people that are a part of your movement, because we're not in Florida, we're not in Texas, we're not a part of. We don't live in the regions that's directly affected. That's dramatic. But for yourself, what would you like as a representative of your ministry? what would you say? What would you want to say to the people that are directly affected?
Well, first, I want to let Miss Music know and everyone out in Orlando and everyone out in Florida and Tampa and the greater area that we're all praying for them. The disasters that are coming up to on our land is devastating. And it's a really near and dear part to me as well, because even though I don't live in Texas, nor do I live in Florida, I have family who live in both areas. My brother lives in Orlando, and my brother and sister, they live in San Antonio. So every person who's close to me has been devastated by a hurricane or going to be hit by a hurricane. But I want if anyone could, if I could say one word, I want to say that even though bad things are coming about, that God still cares. I spoke this morning to the people we take care of, and I mentioned and I tell my people to go and quote me. I said that life is not fair. That no part in the Bible does ever say that life will always be blue skies and sunshine, that everything's always going to be great. All that the Bible says that God is going to be there with us. And so and I know this sounds very superficial in the situations where we're coming from right now, but the only thing that we can sometimes hold our solace into is that knowing that God is in control. And it's hard sometimes to go and say God's in control when we saw what happened to Bermuda and we saw what happened to Puerto Rico and we see coming towards Florida. But
what happened to Haiti too?
What happened to Haiti? What happened over in India? Absolutely, like we are going through some hard times right now, and I want people to know that God still cares about them. That the church, the people that are around you, we still care, and that there are tons of organizations and other churches around the country that haven't been as fortunate as I am to be here to speak with you all that are equally all striving to go and send out help. We're praying for you all, and just because we won't be there physically embracing it, it doesn't take away how much we still care about it.
Well, see, I want to emphasize on that because one of the reasons, like the WBOKRadio.com broadcast, like you being on this broadcast and the Encore Live show, like we have every state that tunes in. When we turn on, every state tunes in. Your message, my brother, is being sent to 50 states, 30 plus countries as we're sitting here live right now. This isn't practice. Right. Some people think like there's practice. This is not practice. I want just something for me. Like I'm gonna ignore the messages from my radio boss. I'm gonna ignore everything from FCC. I'm gonna ignore everything from my beautiful co-host down in Tampa that's going through it. And I want you to tell the people what's going on. What's going on? What is the church? Now you know what I mean by church.
You mean like the universal, right?
Church. What is the church? What is the church? Tell the people where they can get some relief. Tell the people. Like everybody knows, if you got a problem, you can walk to the doors of a church and you're going to be all right. But right now, it's a little bit extra. We got some we have some natural disasters going on where it's crazy and people are losing faith. They're on the rooftops of their homes. Floods are going through, everything else like that. I want you, my brother, to tell the people, like, it's going to be all right. Let the people know what your organization, what you bring to the table, what your organization brings to the table. Please start on that shout out to like organizational websites where people can find some help, find some relief, where there are good people that are working to make sure that everybody's okay. Can you start that up for me, or is that too much? I apologize if it's too much.
That's a little bit of a thing, but yeah, absolutely. Listen, so immediately they can always come off to send money out to our organization, and we take care of the greater part of Cleveland, in Chattanooga and the Athens area. And they can go to our website. It's dekeinc.weebly.com, or off to by PayPal by dekeincdirector@gmail.com. And that's just for us locally. And to the greater part, You know, there's so many other organizations that I don't always hear about. You know, I know that we hear about the Red Cross, we hear about Operation Compassion, which is actually focused right here in Cleveland. And they send out tons of trucks all across the country. They're actually one of our main contributors as well. And so I'll be meeting with one of their directors on Friday, seeing how else we can help out as well. But I want for everyone that's hearing my voice to let them know that it's going to be okay. And it's hard hearing that when we're going through this. Listen, like, I'm the last person going to say that life is all blue skies and sunshine. Listen, like, part of me, like, where, like, I care about the homeless and the low incomes because I was homeless for a while. Absolutely. Like, I graduated from college, moved back from New Orleans, got started my grassroots program, had nothing, and it was only by the grace of God that someone.
Is there anybody you want to shout out down there in New Orleans?
Man, you know,
I'm just saying, not intrusively in your conversation, but in what we're talking about, this emergency broadcast, right? New Orleans went through a hurricane.
Yeah, they did. Katrina.
Exactly. And you're from New Orleans. You're in Ohio right now.
Tennessee.
You're in a very blessed position where you can help people.
Right.
That are going through everything that's going down with let's not say Harvey. Let's not say Irma. Let's just say that our people, and when I say our people, some people might take this as black man to black man, but they know my beautiful co-host. She is very multicultural, and she handles her business. Like right now, everybody that's looking at Marlene Mamacita needs to understand that she's sitting there so calm, just ready to rock and roll with the radio station, but she lives in Tampa that's facing a Category 4 hurricane. And she's like, hey, everybody, what's up? Let's do this broadcast for yourself.
I'll be here tomorrow, on Monday.
Oh,
so,
now, don't
you
make
never know, though. You never know what God's plan is.
Don't make me put it
I'm just saying.
This music, H&IC Mitchell told you to take yourself and everything that got to do with you and go up to where he is.
It'll be a suspense thriller for the next 2 or 3 days.
She's the ignorant one. She's
it's going to be a suspense thriller for the next couple of days.
Miss Music.
I got a nice bathroom with a...
But I wanna, you know what? As a matter of fact, since Miss Music got more vocal while we got this brother on, Miss Music is very, very religious. Like for everybody that's ever tuned into the show, Miss Music is very religious. She definitely puts religion into her life because she has children and everything else like that. I want to pass the microphone over. And one thing I want to ask from the brother, how do people reach out and find your organization, find your ministry, find out how to reach you and your ministry for the people that want to help? Can you give us that information?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was saying earlier, you can go to our personal website. There you can always listen, there's so many things we need help with, but the number one thing we need right now is funds. If you can't be your personal volunteer, funds help. And the way you can send out funds is by coming onto our website. That's Deke Inc, DEKEINC.weebly.com. And you can go and send money through our website there, or you can send money via PayPal. PayPal in our address is Deke, DEKE, director @gmail.com. And send money out that way. And listen, stay involved with what's going on. Like we have Facebook and we post all the time about what we're doing, the needs that we're doing, and where we're going. So we're all about we want donations, but we want you to know where your money goes to as well. We are all about being transparent and where that help is going.
That's why I want Miss Music to talk to you for a minute, because right now we have a great crisis in this country. We as being entertainers, as being people that are strongholds in religion, and being people that, like for myself and Miss Music and Mr. Mitchell, we're in a stronghold where we provide opportunities where we change people's tax brackets. It changed people's lives. But we are not about that right now. We're talking about our people. We're talking about our people. Like, how can we help our people? How can we help our people?
You know,
like, does your organization have like an outreach, or like you said, the websites, which is awesome. But right now, we are in a place and point where some people don't have access to the internet. But I want you to blast out your organization and blast out your ministry. Because ministries, Miss Music is like, everybody that's been a part of this broadcast knows Miss Music, she's wild. But Miss Music is very religious.
Yeah.
She definitely believes in like helping. She definitely believes in herself. So if somebody cannot get on their phone and go on a www.site, how can they become or contribute to your ministries to help the people?
Right. Now, the greatest way we need help is people just showing up. You know, we need people who are here saying, I'm willing to go and donate my time, and I'll be out here and volunteer. With what's coming up to Florida and in Texas and all these other places, the best way you're going to do is find out about other organizations that are out there and see what hell they need.
Miss Music, I want you to take the platform and talk to this brother, because you are in Florida, you're in Tampa, you're facing a Category 4, and shout out to the boss HNIC Mitchell, because I get the insight into the messages and everything. Like, Mr. Mitchell is like, yo, Miss Music, you need to go. You need to get out of there. Miss Music, let this brother know what needs to be heard from the people down in Florida that's going through it. I'm gonna be quiet.
All I can say is, storm passes, get your what's down here to Florida and help us out, because we're gonna need everybody.
Rebuild that infrastructure.
Yo, salute to Miami. Stay strong. I mean, man, you're dead in it, man. Salute to you. God bless you all. I pray for you and yours. I know that we're not going to have anything compared to what Puerto Rico or Cuba or what Miami's having. But yo, stay safe, everybody. If you can get to these places that are being hit, that's all that matters. Like his shirt says, I helped. Get out there and help.
So I want to know, Miss Music,
don't put yourself though in danger until the danger is past, and then get out here and help.
Miss Music, first of all, I want to say that you need to stop and go ahead and relocate. Go to your house in Tennessee. Go to your, what do you have, like 10 acres, 17 acres in Tennessee? Go to Tennessee. Stop trying to be a Florida girl so hard. Let this pass and then go back and be a Florida girl.
Had eight.
But for the people do that.
I just sold my 2 properties, so now
that's what I'm saying. But for the brother that's on, let's let the people know. Let's let the people know. For the people that do not have that opportunity in front of them. For the people that do not have that in front of them, we have this brother right now. The Deke Ministries is on the line with WBOKRadio.com, the Encore Live show. My brother, can you please, if you would, live and direct, believe me, everything that you're saying, we have everybody in every state, we're talking 48 states and the 2 territories, or 3 territories, but we got the whole United States. We have 30 plus countries that are listening what you have to say about this relief effort. Please tell the people how to contribute. Let them know $1 is enough. If all you got is $1, $1 is enough. Let them know. Plug. It's your plug time.
Absolutely. Listen, any little bit of money helps. We spend, my job, I go around the country asking for money, telling people what we're doing. And I do tell people 10 cents helps. A penny helps. Anything that you can put towards it will all go to the greater good of what's going on. Again, Miss Music and everyone in Florida and across the country that's going through all these things, now my heart really goes out to you all. It really, really does. I get my eyes are kind of watery over all this stuff too, but I'm here to let you know that God still cares about you and that despite what's coming in our direction, we have to know that God's in control. And all we have to go and do is just go and say we're willing to what's going to go on, right? You know, the thing that our organization is, all the people who show up, we're just saying we're willing to fix this. Need, poverty, just natural disasters are huge situations. But the way we get fixed by it is just people saying, I'm willing to help. And maybe it isn't like give away $1 million. Like, I would love $1 million. So help out tremendously what we're doing here. But if you can send out $1 million, send out a penny, send out your time, volunteer, tell other people what you're doing. You have to go organize and get things going.
So how do people directly contribute
Supplies.
or take part and donate supplies? Now, how do people directly contribute to the cause that you're a part of, my brother?
For us, if you're in the Chattanooga area, we have a couple of box offices around the area. We're located in BB&T, Gold's Gym here in Cleveland. If you would drop off food, toiletry, and clothes, and we go and distribute that out at the end of the month, we are on this ongoing fundraising campaign, as I mentioned earlier, where you go to those two websites I've been mentioning about. On PayPal, Deke Inc, DekeDirector@gmail.com, and our website, DekeInc.weebly.com. You can even find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Deke Inc.
So will people feel good about contributing towards your cause? And tell the people why they will feel good.
So everything that Deke Inc does is all about trying to end need. You know, sometimes people don't have this opportunity to take time off from work to go to Florida. Sometimes people don't have the opportunity to take time out to go in and serve the homeless. They may want to go and do this. They may have a very good heart to go and do it. They just don't have time to go and do it. But listen, your money does equally just as much. Your donations do just as much. So just because you're not there in person doesn't mean that your money can act as your person as well.
Hey, I gotta turn this microphone over. We've been so blessed to have this brother on. Hey, Deke Ministries, right?
Deke Inc. Yep. Yes, sir.
I want you to give a shout out. I want you to be able to speak like as you're sitting here live on camera. I want you to tell everybody the links to be able to contribute, to sponsor, to support, to gain knowledge off of your movement.
Absolutely. Yes. So you can find out all about us. We're on all of our social media websites at Deke Inc. So Facebook.com/Deke Inc.
Spell it out so they know.
Absolutely. It's DEKEINC. That's for all of our social media things. Then you can go to our website, which is DEKEINC.weeble.com, Deke.Inc.weebly.com. Or you can find us on PayPal as well, and that's DekeDirector@gmail.com. So if you want, listen, sign up to our newsletter so you can follow things we're doing. You'll find that out by joining on our Facebook page. We're all about wanting to know how you're helping. And again, what you asked me in the very beginning is like, why do I do what I go and do? It's because I believe that the church, we have to go and put our faith into action. I can't say I love God and not say I care about the next person too. That's the reason why that's what we're driven by. That's our purpose, is to go and live out our faith in action to other people who are in need. It's our duty to go and help those who are in need all around the country. It's our duty to help the people who are on the street, the people who don't have clothes. Yes, sir.
I need a website from your ministries that are directly helping everybody that's going through crisis.
All right.
Yes. Operation Compassion is our closest organization right now. We have, I know they're sending out trucks out to Texas and to Florida right now. They have collection things going on right now here at Church Guy headquarters. Their website is operationcompassion.org, and they're a lot more large than we are. They're nationwide. We're focused right here right now. We're hoping to get on their level, but right now we're not there. but operationcompassion.org. And on that website, it'll give directions of how people can equally send contributions of having shipped out to other places as well.
Well, that sounds very, very good, man. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being on the show. We want to just go ahead and wrap this on up because we're getting ready to do another show right here in just a second. But I wanted to let you know we want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will send you. I actually sent the link to Ryan to where you can broadcast this everywhere on your social media. So Ryan will actually share it for you as well too. So I want to thank you now. Thank you for everything, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on your show today. God bless you all. And Miss Music, I'm praying for you all. And just going to keep your head up, all right? All right.
All right.
I am.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye. Say that one more time, Miss Music. Say that one more time, Miss Music.
I just said, God got us, and whatever happens, happens. And I thank you for all your prayers. Thank you.
All right. You have a good night, all right? All right.
Hey, yo, blessings on blessings. Y'all stay up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, yo.